Nithyanandam, this is Shivamaya again with the second video about highly sensitive persons. How to recognize whether you are one. That is what this video is going to be about. So when you start looking at whether you are a highly sensitive person, what are the things to look at then? Well, for instance, you are very sensitive to energy. Means you immediately, when you come into a room, you notice what kind of an atmosphere that room has. For example, when I was on vacation years ago, together with my Purvashram sister, we went into a restaurant, and immediately when we sat down on the table, I noticed like, hey, the people working here have been having a huge fight. There has been a huge argument just maybe 1-2 hours ago. I could feel the energy literally of a fight still being in the room there. My poor Russian sister was like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't sense anything. What is there? How can you even tell what happened in the past?" But I was completely sure. And then when I started noticing the people that were working there, everybody was like still a little bit tensed and agitated, like easily inflammable. That kind of behavior was still noticeable. Now, those kind of things, you are very sensitive to what is there in the atmosphere happening. For instance, also when you don't even talk to people, you can already feel what kind of emotions they have. Whenever I had always a huge challenge when I went to college, when I went to university every day in the bus and back, all of those people in the bus have their own energy. They have their own moods at that moment, right? So even when I was looking out of the window and next somebody came sitting to me, even when I didn't look at the person, I already felt like, oh my God, this person is like having a depression, or oh hey, this is a very uplifting energy, a very joyful person, happy. I could sense that just in the energy field, not even having to look at that person. Like those kind of things are definitely a sign of high sensitivity. But that doesn't only go for people. It also is, for example, with art. Like having a high sensitivity for all the colors in a painting, the beautiful compilation of tunes in music. And it's not that only high sensitive people can enjoy music, but the sensitivity for all what is happening in that music, piece of music, in the song, you are all picking up on that. And that is also why a lot of sensitive people, highly sensitive people, have some difficulties withstanding large amounts of people. Because they all have their energy. There's so much of information, and when everything comes in, there can be happening an overload on information when you don't know how to deal with that. So I'm going to make another video also about how to deal with that, how to make from your problem your strength. But now I want to focus in this one on how you can recognize actually. So let me give you some more examples of what a lot of highly sensitive persons have in common. Also, they have in common, for example, that a lot of them don't like coffee. Because it immediately, when they take in coffee, they feel their heartbeat goes up very much. Some other things in the body gets agitated and activated. So that can be too much. Also with other tastes of the food, when it is like a very spicy or whatever, they are sensitive already to what is there in the food. So every extremity in the food really hits you, so to say. And I can remember well that I tried some of the energy drinks that have also a lot of caffeine in it years ago, and then I would run around on one can of it, like others go on a lot of drugs. Because I was so sensitive to it that it had like a huge effect on me. What are other examples? Well, it's in the food, in art. It is with people. You are able to pick up on a lot of situation and energy. Also, nature. A lot of highly sensitive persons love to be in nature because they're literally experiencing the recharging capability of nature. And there's so much of energy when you go into a forest, or when you like mountains or rivers. They are like literally beings in terms of energy, and they have their own energy field. And when you are in oneness with that nature, you can literally recharge your own energy. I have also, in this sense, there's a very funny, I did some experiments because I used to love like going to festivals, music concerts. And a funny thing happens, especially when it is like uplifting music, when a whole big crowd tunes into one band that is making that uplifting music, the energy of the whole crowd goes up. And I remember being at a festival at a certain moment, and I had some issues with my back. I had a pain in my back. And I thought, like, hey, wait a minute. If so much of energy is generated, because I could literally feel it whenever the crowd would like clap at the end of a song to express their enormous joy, and tremendous energy got released. So I was thinking, when I tap into that energy, I must be able to channel that energy to the back and heal the pain. And that did happen. I just, with my intention, channeled that energy. I got myself connected to that energy and channeled it to my back, and basically asked for healing. And the whole pain simply disappeared. That is the huge, huge power of energy, and especially when it is of a high frequency. Because the same happens the other way around when you are in like a heavy metal concert, wherein a lot of aggression and violent energy and negative energy gets expressed. Oh, I get the chills. I want to run out of there. So it is that also gives already like a huge clue on how to deal with it. And that is what my next video is going to be about. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about highly sensitive people and how to deal with it if you are one. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Nithyanandam.